Hey treasures, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, you can tell I'm obviously gonna be talking about books. I'm so excited that I got this new backdrop, honestly, let me tell you, because I was like, obviously I want my channel to be like a multitude of things, but it's mostly going to rely on stories, whether it's stories that happened in my life, whether it's stories that I'm reading, whether it's stories that people are writing. Like, I just want it to center around stories because I just love stories. So here we are. Anyways, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about characters that I loved in stories that I've read, and not my entire list of characters that I've loved. This is just a couple books that I've grabbed that of characters I really liked. And I figured within the next 2 weeks I'm going to do characters I also hated, because that was my first idea. But I'm like, let's start off with a little bit of love first. It's the week of my birthday, and I really just want to have positivity, because right now there's a lot of not a lot, but there's negativity going on, and I just really need to try and have a good birthday week, whatever, because I will be telling the story time of my birthday from last year that was terrible, and why this year is gonna be the way that it is. But anyways, right now we're gonna be talking about characters that I love, so let's jump on into it. You're going to see a theme of characters that I liked, and there's going to be a running on theme. Let me see if you catch it. But anyways, the first book we're going to be talking about or the character we're going to be talking about is Jess. And this is from Misbehaving. It is the story. It is a series. It's a lot of spin-off series based off of characters. And I believe the first one is called, oh my God. I literally have every single book in the series. The issue is I never liked the first books of series. And this is, I believe, the sixth book in the series. So anyways, so this character, her name is Jess, and Jess is known as the town's slut, and she definitely dates a lot of guys. She's definitely known for hooking up with them, and I mean hooking up with them by going all the way. And honestly, I love her because she's smart and she has a lot of resolve to be labeled as that in your town when you have a small town, and she doesn't really give a fuck. She obviously cares when obviously you're reading the inside of her mind. It's first person, right? But she doesn't let it show. And honestly, when you're reading into her thoughts, it doesn't bother her that much. She's pretty much just used to it, and she knows how to use her womanly wiles, and I love that. I feel a lot of these characters that I'm gonna be showing you is characters that I resonate with, and also characters that I want to be more like, if that makes any sense. So yeah, mom is a stripper in the town, but she doesn't let that break her. She has a on and off relationship with her boyfriend, who got some other girl pregnant when they were together, and a whole bunch of drama with that. And she ends up meeting this guy, which happens to be the brother of a famous rock star from their town. Now, I'm not going to go into all the stories of what they're about because it's not what I'm talking about, but Jess is pretty much in the story. You see her kind of going against herself and just doing what she thinks is best and what's going to protect her. And I find that that's what I do. She is definitely someone that is a spitfire. She's definitely someone that is sassy. That's your girl. But she also has such a sweet side to her, and she knows what she's doing in the sense of she knows how to play men back. And I love that because honestly, I just feel I've not anymore, but at the time whenever I was reading this, it was just a lot of girls are just, I mean, obviously it still happens now, but a lot of girls are just being played all the time and stuff like that. And I was just so over it. Who are these men to be playing at us? You know what I mean? And we need to get back at them. And she is the icon for that. And so that's probably why I loved her. Anyways, let's move on. We're talking about Vi in this story. I believe her full name is Violet. I honestly haven't read this story in a long time. I love this story, by the way. Also, that I'm talking about the characters I loved, I do recommend reading them, just FYI. But anyways, so we're gonna be talking about Vi. Vi is not the primary character in this story. She's actually the primary character's best friend. And I love her because in the story, she's kind of going throughout it and being I don't want to have a boyfriend. I just want to lose my virginity before I go off to college. And if it ain't me, no, I'm joking. But and then she ends up choosing her best friend, which happens to be a guy. And obviously, you know, they helping like feelings and stuff and such like that. But it was so me that she wanted to lose her virginity to someone that was her friend and not actually like be in a relationship with them, and she just wanted to like kind of get it out of the way just so she can go to college. I don't know why my eyes are watering right now, like excuse me, I'm not crying. Also forgive me for looking like a eyelined potato, but I just did not want to put on lashes today for work, and I'm literally about to head to work right now. Anyways, so she wanted to just like get it out of the way, and she did it very like mathematically and scientifically, being like, okay, well, he is a flirt, he probably gets a lot of girls, whatever, he's not a virgin, whatever, I need to make sure that the guy I'm gonna do is not a virgin because I want him to know what he's doing, I want to make sure it's like a good experience for me. And just it was all very mathematical, no emotion was involved, and honestly that's how I was. That's how I was, and I respect that choice, because if you've seen some of my story times, I was, oh god, this is like a long story. But anyways, like I was definitely in the era of like, I don't even want any feelings, so like screw that, but like I still want to get mine, you know? And so yeah, this lives, like Vi in the story also is like the best friend that will tell you like if you're being a moron. And she's very straight up, she's feisty again as well, and I love feisty women. I feel like we should be. So anyways, talk about Beth for a minute. Now, Beth is one of my favorite characters, not in all time. Like Jess is my favorite character, one of all time. Beth is my favorite character through this series, but not of all time. Beth in the series, I like her, like she's okay as a person. Like these people are real, right? But anyways, she's like okay as a person. It was mostly like I like Beth in the sense of, again, her resolve. So she has a very, very tough life. Like her mother is a nightmare. Honestly, generally speaking, her mother is a nightmare, and she kind of deals with it the best way she knows how. Again, Beth is feisty. Again, she's sassy. But I also like women that not the damsel in distress, and very much so all the women that I'm going to be talking about are not damsel in distresses. They're not wallflowers. I don't really go for that type of person. When Beth gets emotional, she's still able to put her feelings on the back burner for the respect that she deserves. So like, I don't want to get into the story, but read this book and you'll know what I'm talking about. Beth is one of those people that will make sure she gets her respect and worry about her feelings later, and I feel like every girl should be like that. I feel like everyone should be like that. Even though it hurts, it's like, okay, I'm going to let you go if you're not respecting me. I'm going to let you go if you hurt me too much and I didn't deserve it, kind of thing. And I respect that. I want to be like that. Allie is also very much so like Beth and like Vi, where she starts the book off with a boyfriend and she ends up breaking up with him because she just realizes that it's not going in the direction she wants to go, and he's not the guy that she wants to end up with based off of what he views how a girlfriend should be and things like that. And so she ends up in the hands of one of the school's players on the hockey team, and she's like, okay, yeah, this was good sex and everything, but like I'm gonna go do me now, like I don't care. And he is very much like, no, like you're not going anywhere, you're staying with me, like I need to get you out of my system, girl, because you laid it on me. And honestly, I respect that. No, I'm checking. But no, yeah, like, and she is very much just like, no, like even though she knows it was good too, she's still just resisting. And that takes a lot to resist like something that you want, but like you just know it's not gonna be good for you. And even though she eventually gives in and they end up together and they fall in love and all this, you know, all the good stuff that happens in fairy tales, not in real life, I liked that she had the sense of mind get in the way and, you know, have the stupid matriculate into the logic side of things, and she saw it clearly until she was just like, you know what, fine, he promised me this and I can believe him on his word because he was very honest about certain things. So anyways, not gonna get into it. Like I said, she tries very hard to that her man knows his power, if that makes sense. Like every single person has a power that they bring to somebody else, and by power I just mean if you're a really positive person, you're bringing the positivity power to somebody else who may not be as you are. And so if you're a super honest person or whatever, you're bringing the honest power to somebody else that may need it, etc. And she tries very hard to make sure everyone in her life knows what their power is, and I love that. I feel like a sense of that is like kind of what I do, and I make sure that people in my life know how amazing they are, and I just treat people the way that I want to be treated. And so she's like one of those people too. Again, it's like a kindred spirit type thing. We're going to talk about somebody different, and that is Lola. I really didn't want this video to be too long, but it looks like it's going to be long. Hopefully I can like edit this down. Anyways, we're going to talk about Lola. Now, this is the same series of Anna and the French Kiss, and I liked that book. It was fine. Obviously, I bought the entire series and the French Kiss for years. I tried to go back to reading it one time, and I was like, I don't care about Anna. I want Lola back. And Lola is my girl. Lola is different from all of these girls because Lola is actually the quirky girl, but she has this confidence about her that I could never have. She dresses basically different every single day. She is very inventive, very creative, and again, like, she just doesn't care. People will make fun of her and she doesn't care. She's like, I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna do what I'm feeling, and today I want to be a space cadet, tomorrow I want to be a pilot, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna know exactly how I feel. Today I feel like hell. I'm gonna be dressed in red and flames. That's the type of girl she is. She's really quirky, and I love that. She also is a girl that she's said to be like really attractive, but she is like a curvier girl, and I like that. She is young, and young being that she is, I think, about like 16 or 17 or something, and she is young, but she is much more mature than I give her credit. Obviously, you have to keep in mind that some people are going to be stupid, right? Obviously, they're going to be stupid, and based off of age, you can kind of verify if you think that's really stupid or if you think it's like, okay, that's in line for a character, right? Those people that is going to be unforgettable. Regardless if you liked her or loved her, she's going to be unforgettable, and that's why I love Lola. We're going to talk about Veronica. In the story, she's labeled as Ronnie, whatever, that's what they call her. But Veronica is, again, one of those girls that is labeled as the, you know, hometown slut, whatever, whore, everything, etc. And again, she's one of those girls that does not care. Both of these, I want to like put these on my shelf. Anyways, both of these girls do not care about their labeling at all. And it only matters to them when it gets into the way of, you know, with their like lovers. But other than that, like, they don't care. They're like, whatever, you guys weren't worth it anyways. Why do I care about your opinion if you're not worth it? And it's like very much logic, very much giving sense, very much giving like, I don't need to care what you think. I only need to care what I care about myself, like, you know? And they all have their limits and such like that. So it's very much just like empowering in a sense. Not that I'm saying you need to be the hometown slut and known as that, but just the fact that like people think about you. You know, it's really hard not to. And I don't really care what a lot of people think about me. I do just care about what my friends think about me and, you know, people I'm around all the time and people that I love. But other than that, like, I don't really think I care. Like, I don't really care. So, but yeah, these two very much alike. I recommend reading both of these stories. Honestly, this series, very good. Dirty, like, whatever, very good. Maggie. Again, Maggie is not the forefront character in this book. It's Sydney. Sydney is okay, like, whatever. She's fine. But let's talk about Maggie. Maggie is probably one of those rare gems that you meet, like, once every, like, 10 years that is just, like, you wish them nothing but the best, and they just have, like, the purest hearts ever. Maggie is, like, that character, and I love Maggie because she's just so kind-hearted and so understanding to the point that you're just like, no ho, I want you to be mad because she has been through a lot, and she has a disease where basically you don't live past a certain age, so you know, like, your time limit, like, you probably have like 20 years on earth type of thing. I think it's more than that, but yeah, so, and there's no cure, so she's just, instead of it being like, okay, I'm going to play it safe, she's just like, if I'm gonna die and I know I'm gonna die, they're gonna die, I'm going to live life to the fullest, and I'm going to bungee jump, I'm going to go skydiving, I'm going to, I don't even know, go river rafting. Is that even a thing? I don't know. But anyways, she's very much like that, and I appreciate that. I would not be that way if I ever had anything like that. I really don't remember what it's called, and I don't want to I'm terrible at investigating, as you can see. I don't know. And how she views the world is so different than how I view it, and I respect. I wish like Maggie had her own story, and I believe there actually is another story that's coming out that's about like these characters, and Maggie does get more screen time, for lack of a better word. So I'm probably gonna read it because I do want to know more about Maggie, and I read the, what's it called? It's like a snippet of it. I believe they use that term in music. Anyways, but yeah, like definitely love Maggie. She's definitely one of those like breaths of fresh air, and definitely like the positive. She's like the sun. I have like very few people in my life that I call the sun. I have my sister and one of my other friends that I call the sun because they're just like full of positivity and just like make you happy just like upon seeing their smile type of people. So yeah, she's probably a sun. So of what you can tell, I have basically like hometown sluts in there. I have a girl that's like me. I have one quirky person. Yeah, we have Laura Jean Covey. And yes, I'm actually going to be talking about Laura Jean. I love Laura Jean. I love her because she has this like kid-like wonder still, but she's a teenager and she's in high school. And I just wish I had that like kid-like wonder back and like that naivete back. I don't know why like my eye is like puffy. Like I'm so sorry. Laura Jean Covey. She is, again, she's actually one of the quirky people. Do I see her if these girls all went to high school? Do I see them all hanging out? Hell no. Do I see even her and Lola hanging out? No. But she is really quirky. She is the type that like likes to bake. She's the type that likes to do scrapbooking. She's the type that more so, she has like one best friend, but they're nothing alike. And she's very much like about her sisters. I probably just love her because she just brings out like, oh, when I was a child, I had this sort of like lost era, but it was cute thing about me. And I'm sure that that's what she has, and that's what she brings to the table. And I like her because she is a hopeless romantic, and I used to be, and I miss that about myself. So maybe that's why. Honestly, this book should have been called Therapy because I'm realizing a lot. But anyways, yeah, Laura Jean, love her. Honestly, this book was a breeze to read. I finished this book, I would say probably in like an hour and a half because it was just a breeze and it was great. I don't like some things about Laura Jean because I do think that her reasoning for things is a bit stupid, but for the main part, I do love her. Obviously, you're not gonna like wholeheartedly, and everyone's not going to do what you're gonna do in scenarios. And obviously, she's younger than I am. I love her. I just wish she had like a little bit more backbone. But again, I don't know if the hopeless romantic and having a backbone kind of coincides with each other, you know? I don't know. I don't think it does. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know characters that you love. There are probably definitely more that I have around here of characters that I loved. I just am not really remembering. And I want this video to be short, and holy crap, I hope it will be short when I cut this shit down. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Only you can get me right.